Hi, my name is Maggie Dunn. I'm a junior at Carlsbad High School, and I'm going to be discussing my experience in AP Seminar. AP Seminar is basically a research-based class in which you prepare for 3 parts of the AP test. So the first part is the PT1, which is an essay and group presentation. The second part is the PT2, and it's the essay plus individual presentation. And then at the end of the class, there's an off-campus test. Since AP Seminar is a rigorous class that requires dedication and hard work, I learned several lessons this year. First, effective communication is key. So this is very important, especially when you're in your group project. So for my PT1, my group, we really had a hard time communicating. So then after a while, when we've really figured out how to communicate, everything went way smoother and we were successful. Second, understanding the author's main argument is really important because the whole article revolves around it, and when you're doing your off-campus test, your whole writing structure is based on the author's argument. So it's really important to understand that. Third, it's important to have credible sources. So this goes for both your PT1 and your PT2, because if your sources aren't credible, then your whole argument is basically not accurate and it's not as effective. Personally, I had a hard time with the PT1 since basically what I mentioned before, it was a group project and I really wanted to do a certain topic, but everyone else in my group wanted to do a different topic. So we argued about it a lot, and we didn't really listen to each other, and therefore we really got nowhere. But finally I compromised and we ended up doing really well with the topic that my group chose, and we were all happy in the end. The benefits of AP Seminar are that it increases your writing stamina, and this is because on the off-campus test you have to write a really long essay in like 90 minutes, which I wasn't really used to before, so that really helped me. And then it teaches you how to effectively research. So basically for both the PT1 and PT2, you have to really thoroughly research both of your topics and just talk about them. And then it helps you to learn how to evaluate the credibility of sources. And this also goes with the off-campus test because the main portion of it is having to evaluate the credibility of sources, which is very important because if your source isn't credible, then your whole argument's not going to be credible or effective at all. My recommendations for students wanting to take AP Seminar is that do your work when it's assigned, because otherwise you are going to be stuck doing it all the night before, and therefore it's not going to be as good of quality as if you do it when it is assigned. And also this kind of goes with my second recommendation, which is that you definitely should practice before your presentations. So I kind of had I was bad with this because on both my presentations I didn't really practice at all, and I didn't do the best that I could have done. So I really wish I would have studied more. And then my advice would be that use your class time wisely, because you're given this time to do your homework and to prepare, and if you're not prepared, you're not going to do well. Also, choose a topic that has a lot of evidence, because if your topic doesn't have a lot of evidence, then it's going to be really, really hard to argue it, and it's just not going to be effective at all. And finally, choose a topic you really enjoy and care about, and this kind of goes with what I just said, because if you don't really enjoy it, you're not gonna want to put a lot of time into it, and it's really just not going to be your best work. My growth was definitely in my comfortability speaking in front of a bigger audience, since for both the PT1 and PT2 you have to present in front of the whole class, which can be really nerve-wracking because it's your peers. But I improved, and by the second presentation I wasn't as nervous as the first time. Also, my academic voice and writing really improved, since you have to write like you're writing a research paper. So it has to really like sound serious and sound academic. And it can't sound like an English essay where it's more of like stylized and all that. Basically, in conclusion, I'm very glad that I took AP Seminar because it not only taught me several vital academic skills, but encouraged me to learn new and interesting information. And I can't wait for AP Research next year.